Hello everyone. So in this video, we're going to see how to create the design and engineering order. So in order to create the design and engineering order, you need to go to the project module. Under the project module, you have the menu option. Under the menu, you select the design and engineering order. So this is a list view of the design and engineering order, wherein you have the engineering order number, the revisions, what the generation date of the engineering order form, the bill to address, due date, and design engineering order status. Okay, so to create a new one, you need to select on new button. Okay, so now currently if you see the design engineering order is new, so once you save this form, it would auto generate the engineering order number. Okay, this is the responsible employee for the design engineering order form who has created. For now, I'll just add my name. Over here you select the project. For now, I'll just select this test project. Okay. Over here you have the design engineering order type. Okay. So there are three types: engineering order set, design set, and internal documents. Okay. I'll just select the engineering set for now. In the sale order, this is a smart button. Okay. When you select the lines, okay, the start date and the end date is the mandatory field. Okay, for the design engineering order form. So I'll just add start and the end date. Select the sale order lines. So the moment you select the sale order line, okay, this is the pop-up that would show, and it would show only those sale orders and the change orders that are associated for this test project that I have selected. Okay, for now I'll just select this one. And if you want to add the lines, basically, okay, or if there are lines which has been already added in some of the engineering orders, okay, previously, this select button would auto select. Okay, this would show you in green that has been added to already been added in the engineering order form. Okay, so when you select the sale order, the sale order lines that are associated with this would populate. All the sale order lines would populate over here. Okay, now if I select this, the another sale order, okay, sale order 9. Now if you see, this product was not added or been created for the design engineering order. So I just select this one. Okay. So these are all the lines that was generated. I'll select this test and the data, and I'll click add a line. Okay, the moment I do it, the product, the description, the total quantity, the EBOM associated with everything gets pulled directly. Okay, so I can select multiple sale orders. Let's say if I want to add any change order or something that has been associated, I can obviously add it. Okay, from this smart button select lines. This is the notes section where you can add the notes for this engineering order, the summary, attachments. These are the links if there are any documents that you have uploaded on OneDrive or Google Sheets or whatever the documents, okay, online that you have already saved. You can add a link and that would redirect to that folder. Okay, over here you have the estimated hours. So the estimated hours are the ones which would get fetched from the design engineering order work lines. So when I go to the design engineering order work lines and select to add a products, so it would show me all the products, okay, that are being added in the designing engineering order lines. Okay, so let's select this. Over here, what's the document type that you want to add? Over here you can see all the predefined document types over here, and if they aren't any, you can always create and edit. Okay, for now let's say we are going to create the 3D model for this, and the employee who is going to work for this product or who is going to create the 3D model for this particular product and the project, you can add the employee. For now I'll just add myself. Okay, the moment you add it, it would give a pop-up that task will be created. Okay, so by default, the timesheet would get created against this engineering order and this document type. Okay, so and over here you add the estimated hours, right? So let's say this is for 24 hours. Okay, see now the moment I saved this, okay, the estimate hours gets fetched over here. Okay, so if there are any more line items that you are going to add, that would fetch over here. This is the actual hours that would fetch directly from the timesheet itself. This is the start date and the end date. Okay, these are the date fields. If you want to have a certain deadline for it, you can always add. And the start date and end date should be in between this form, start date and end date. Okay. So now this is the additional time. Okay. So if there is any additional time apart from what was estimated and if it is required additional time, okay, you can always add the additional time over here and that would calculate the remaining hours. Let's say there are more 5 hours that would be required. When you add it, it would add on the hours remaining. It would just add the sum of the 24 plus 5, which is the hours remaining. And the time used would be fetched from the timesheet. Okay, the employer that is going to fill the timesheet and log the time against it, it would show over here. Okay, so this is generation date of the form. Okay, the priority you can set the priority over here. You can add the due date. Let's say the due date would be 30 and the actual completion date is the one that once the engineering order has been completed, you select the actual completion date. Over here, you have the client drawings. Okay, if there are any client drawings that you want to add over here, so you can always add the client drawings, the title, the drawing number. Okay, the project gets auto fetched, the discipline, and the test over here. All right. Same goes for this client specifications as well. If there are any client specification that are required, so you can always add a line over here, or else you can create the client drawing and the client specifications under the menu section. You have the drawing and specification over here. You can create the separate form, else you can directly create from the design engineering order form as well. So these are the submittals. So this fetches all the submittals that are associated and been created in the system for this project. Okay. So, and same goes for RFIs. Okay. So all the RFIs that are associated for this project would get fetched over here, and the transmittals as well. Okay. These are the client contacts. So if there are any contacts that are being associated for this particular project or for this engineering order, you can create the contact over here. And this is a timesheet. As I said, the moment you add any employee over here, the timesheet gets created over here itself. And then here, over here, you can see the comments. You see these directly gets fetched the 3D model. Okay, the task, the project, the employee, and from which department it is. Okay, so currently in the employee, this is a contract has been saved. Over here, you can add the payroll items. Okay, if there are any created from the employee section, employee module, the cost code, the work log type, and the hours spent and the start time and end time over here. So this is how you create the design and engineering order. Okay, let me save this first. Now, if there are any revisions that are being created or if there are any revisions that are associated with it, it would, for the revisions, okay, it would show in the engineering order itself. So for example, if I create a new revision, okay, so you see the revision number gets changed and over here it would show you the original one and the all this engineering orders that has been created. So you have a list view. So if I create one more, a new revision, the revision number gets changed and then the previous engineering forms you can check over here. Okay, so these are all separate records, and whatever the changes you are going to make would be saved in that particular revisions itself. So currently, if I've added the client drawing, there's a smart button that the drawing has been created. There's a document that has been created. You can see it over here. Similarly goes for these clients and specifications as well. It would add up over here. And the timesheet, now you can directly go to the timesheet module. Okay, let me refresh this. So if I go to the timesheets, okay, and all right. So this is the design and engineering order. Okay. Over here, now if you see there are the 3 timesheets that has been created. Okay, if I work from the revision 1, 2, and 3, so these are the 3 different timesheets that has been created, and then I can log the time against it. Okay, if I add the time, let's say it's 5 hours. So in the timesheet that I have logged the 5 hours for this particular engineering model, you can always see the time used is 5 hours, and in the timesheet you can see the hours been spent, and then it would always calculate the hours that are remaining. So that's how you can track and create the design and engineering order. Thank you everyone. See you in the next one.